Broncos at Paul Brown Stadium. That's where we're at here in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down to the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. Rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position and throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Let's go, Big series right now.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They're running that.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
44's the mark. Check.
Again, it's Burrow. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Finding some room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now they try the right side here. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Bengals nothing. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
On 2nd and a yard, Burrow. He completes it to Tate. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole. I have have to admit I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go. Can. Stop. 11 empty. Stop.
They'll run with Mixon, and he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple plays ago, that if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right, it was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it up.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
Well, now how about this return?
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Browns drive about to get started.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
2nd and 7.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw, escaping the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Von Bell up to make the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 84 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Tucker's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
They'll throw now on the final play. Dancing to his left. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Right back to him on first down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Second and 4. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jalen Waddle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left. And that will keep our score right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On second down, here's Mixon. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They go play action with Burrow. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll try and run with Mixon. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Well, being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 110 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. They'll look to throw. Escape it. Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. Look at the big man rumble. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care.
And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Foyesade Aluakin. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow, he'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. Touchdown Bengals. Van Jefferson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one. The Browns drive about to get started.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hill, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 Fs for a rookie quarterback.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll give it to Mixon, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They're passing here. Joe Burrow eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll come out in the pistol. 3rd and goal. Burrow. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. On the corner blitz that time, the sack goes to Denzel Ward. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. This just a 24-yard attempt. And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And even 150 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Now a handoff as they run left side. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Kyle Pitts,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were...
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking that...
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
On play action, they'll throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So now on comes the Browns offense as they'll try for 2 more. They'll look to throw.
And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go.
Now it's Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Obviously a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a 1st down, but a big gain to boot.
They'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation.
And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
Now Burrow loses the football.
And this is picked up by the Browns.
You thought you had it.
And that might just submit it. A return for a late touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. To the air again, Burrow. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Browns, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.